You know that feeling when you type a prompt into an AI, cross your fingers, and get back something that reads like a totally unimaginative robot wrote it? It's generic, it's flat, and it just completely misses the mark. Well, today, we are going to fix exactly that. Welcome to this explainer on building a professional AI blueprint. We're going to break down the ultimate guide to prompt engineering and, more importantly, monetization. We're taking you from a casual user just messing around to a highly profitable system operator.
First things first, we absolutely have to debunk a massive myth right now. AI cannot read your mind. It's not magic. Honestly, the best way to think about AI is like an incredibly fast, highly capable, but painfully literal-minded junior assistant. I mean, it will do exactly what you tell it to do, even if it's a terrible idea. If you give this assistant vague instructions, you're going to get weak results, period. So, prompt engineering is really just the art of writing precise, structured specifications so this assistant knows exactly what you want, exactly how you want it, and exactly who it's for.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. 1. The golden rules of prompting. 2. Frameworks for perfect output. 3. Mastering specific AI tools. 4. Turning prompts into profit. And finally, 5. The prompt engineer mindset.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the golden rules of prompting.
You've heard it before, but it's absolutely crucial. Garbage in equals garbage out. To stop your AI from just making wild guesses, you need a professional input structure, and that is built on 6 key blocks. First, assign it a role. Then, tell it the exact task. Give it some context. Box it in with constraints. Dictate the specific format you want. And finally, show it examples. If you leave even one of these out, the whole structure kind of wobbles, you know?
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive contrast between an amateur and a pro. The amateur just tosses out a vague, hey, make a brand. But the professional, they lock in the rules. You are a brand strategist. Create a complete branding kit for a premium skincare business in Pakistan, return in a table. Just look at that specificity. We've got the role, the task, the context, and the format all perfectly dialed in. There is zero room for the AI to guess.
Moving right along to Section 2, Frameworks for Perfect Output.
Think of these acronyms as literal cheat codes for high-quality results. Different tasks need different blueprints, right? Need something fast? Use RTF, Role, Task, Format. Super simple. But what if you're doing serious business writing? Then you need CoStar, context, objective, style, tone, audience, and response. That makes sure your corporate messaging actually hits the right demographic. And for the creative stuff, lean on craft, context, role, action, format, and tone. Matching the right framework to the right task, honestly, that's half the battle won, right there.
All right, on to Section 3, Mastering Specific AI Tools.
So a massive rookie mistake is treating every single AI platform like they're exactly the same. They're not. Let's look at the big 3 text models. ChatGPT, that is your go-to for strategy and systems. Ask it for tables and step-by-step plans, but definitely don't mix unrelated tasks in one prompt. Claude, on the other hand, is a master of nuance and long-form writing. Paste your full context in there and ask for critiques, but avoid those tiny robotic commands. And Gemini, it absolutely shines in the Google ecosystem for facts and research. Ask it for side-by-side comparisons, but maybe don't rely on it to write you a deeply emotional story. Now, the rules change completely when we jump to visual tools like VO or Runway. A terrible prompt is just, make a nice video of a man in a market. I mean, the AI has literally no visual direction there. The best prompts require intense, director-level specification. Think cinematic street market in Lahore at night. Same 25-year-old Pakistani man in white kurta. Slow pan, warm lighting, 4K. See the difference? You have to define the camera movement, the lighting, and ensure character continuity. It's wild, but your vocabulary directly dictates the AI's output quality. Power keywords act as shortcuts for perfect execution. For instance, throwing the word hierarchy into a Canva prompt ensures the AI actually knows what the viewer should be looking at first. Or using mobile first for AI app builders like Lovable. That guarantees the layout is going to look perfect on a phone right out of the gate.
So, the crucial point is, how do we actually monetize this? That brings us to Section 4, turning prompts into profit.
Now that you've got the skills, let's talk business. Stop thinking of yourself as just a prompt writer and start thinking like a system operator running a full AI agency. Here's the flow. A client comes to you with a brief. You feed that into ChatGPT to generate a brilliant strategy. Then, you use Midjourney or Canva to draft the visual assets. Finally, you polish the whole thing up and deliver a premium package. You're basically acting as the bridge, connecting the strategic brain of one AI to the visual delivery of another. Or you could take another route and build a viral content factory. This is how you automate a faceless YouTube or TikTok channel. First, ChatGPT handles the idea generation and the hooks. Then, Claude comes in to write a super engaging 60-second script. Next, you literally ask the AI to break that script down into a scene plan, feed those scenes into a video tool like VO, and finish it off with a consistent AI voiceover and a quick edit. Boom, it's a seamless, automated pipeline.
And hey, why stop at just one income stream? Just look at all the diverse ways you can monetize once you've built this consistent content machine. You aren't just crossing your fingers for YouTube ad revenue. You are building a legit business that pulls in money through affiliate links, direct brand sponsorships, and even upselling your own digital products or consulting services. It's the whole shebang.
If you're more into freelancing, here's the exact Fiverr roadmap to hit $1,000 a month. Start by picking high-demand niches, stuff like YouTube thumbnails or brand kits. Create really strong SEO-optimized gig titles. Then use AI to build incredible portfolio samples to establish trust right away. Offer 24-hour delivery to get those initial orders flowing, and aggressively collect reviews to build your credibility. Systemizing this workflow, that is where the real money is made.
Finally, we reach Section 5, the prompt engineer mindset.
Look, knowing the formulas is great, but building long-term expertise means structuring your actual learning. This 30-day practice roadmap shows you exactly how to evolve. Week 1 is all about mastering the basics, just writing 5 simple RTF prompts a day. Week 2 shifts over to tool mastery, really testing the differences between ChatGPT and Claude. Week 3 gets into business applications, like generating real Fiverr gigs. And Week 4 is the pinnacle, optimizing your outputs and building your very own personal library of winning prompts. It's all about consistent daily execution.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows what separates the pros from the amateurs. And honestly, it comes down to daily habits. Amateurs write a prompt from scratch every single time. Experts? They keep a prompt library so they never start from zero. They test 2 or 3 versions of a prompt to find the absolute strongest angle. They actively ask the AI to critique its own work to catch mistakes. Ultimately, they rely on workflows and systems, not just crossing their fingers for a one-off lucky prompt.
Which brings us to the ultimate core takeaway from our source material today. AI is not magic. It is a tool. Systems beat random effort. If you want to achieve professional, scalable, and genuinely profitable results, you have to replace chaotic, random commands with repeatable, structured workflows. Consistency is, for sure, your greatest asset.
So I want to leave you with this final thought to reflect on. Are you still just tossing random hopeful commands into a chat box, or are you finally ready to engineer a universal blueprint and build a profitable system? The tools are literally right there waiting for you. Exactly how you command them is what changes everything.